Problems, problems, problems. Our ability as a species to solve problems has had major implications for our evolution, our reproduction, survival, and natural selection. Such selection pressures have probably shaped applied forms of creativity that have led over millennia to distinct social or technological advances, while sexual selection pressures have probably underlined the more ornate and aesthetic forms of creativity, such as the music or the visual arts, implicitly signalling an individual's fitness to a prospective mate. A creative ability in humans is generally seen as a key and determining feature of human evolution. Creativity associated with emotional reactivity, self-control and self-awareness must have provided a selective advantage to behaviourally modern humans beyond its purely cognitive advantages. Cognition and creativity are different. Cognition is the mental process or action of acquiring knowledge through experience and of the senses, or of understanding through thought, including memory, knowing, judging, categorizing, and problem solving. And each can contribute individually or collectively to creativity. Creativity then includes the initial awareness of a problem, being able to characterize it, a process of ideation, idea generation, and the ability to envisage and imagine a solution, an artifact for instance, leading to the development of a novel artifact-specific elements and a whole process of recursive experimentation. Engaging the cognitive functions of knowledge, experience, and motivation can assist or hinder this developmental process. Creativity can thereby benefit from cognitive function, but cognitive function is not dependent on creativity. Cognition can exist without creativity. It might be fun to speculate, why is it that education systems and learning are largely based on cognition rather than creativity? Why is it we refer to knowledge production by scientists, the professional knowledge producers, the researchers, the cognitive aspects that we value, all about knowledge, but we do not talk about creative scientists, professional creators, the producers of creativity when talking about science? Is this because of the perceived objectivity of scientific method, which is thought should not be contaminated by the subjective processes of creativity, for example, as they may be perceived to be in the arts or in all its various forms? Research organisations are in the knowledge production business. That is, they're engaged in a cognitive process. Their whole purpose revolves around knowledge production through research rather than the purpose of being creative and using knowledge to be creative. So have our research organisations actually got the wrong raison d'etre? One of the concerns I have is that we've taken the creativity out of education, out of processes of training, especially in the sciences. We separate out the arts and the sciences. We separate out cognition and creativity. Then science training is left without creative elements. If education systems are such that creativity is not encouraged at the expense of skills associated with knowledge acquisition, of memory, performance, the ability to get the right answers in tests and exams, then how are the skills acquired for creativity, of imagination, the love of novelty, and the ability to use this for the creation of artifacts, of invention? And if these concerns are real, and if it happens on a large scale, then we might even see a global decline in creativity, in novelty, and in innovation. How then would things look for the future of scientific invention and innovation on that basis, if creativity and novelty are in decline? And in my book, I review the evidence for this, and I have to tell you that all the indications are highly disconcerting, to say the least. In previous videos, I have referred to the importance of invention and patents because of the multitude of benefits that can arise from their publication, of economic, social, health, and environmental benefits. Any decline in creativity, in novelty, or the ability to translate this from research discovery into patents could be disastrous at a national level. Creativity is a key component of invention, and any scientist who becomes part of a spin-off startup will undoubtedly draw on their abilities to be creative almost on a daily basis. There is a clear need to value creativity in education on an equal basis to cognition. That is, if a nation wishes to maximize its inventiveness and innovative capacity.